Hey, it's Garrick and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, I make reviews on Tesla accessories, cell phone accessories, and anything tech. So today we are going to be reviewing a Tesla accessory called the control bar. This control bar is brand new in the market. It just got launched and Green Mission sent me a set for me to give you an honest review. Now, let's talk about the Tesla real quick before we take a deep dive into the control bar. The Tesla has a very minimalistic look. There aren't any buttons and everything is done through the screen. So they call it the iPad on wheels. So one of the things that we kind of do miss is having some of those buttons my wife can use, the passenger can use real quick, and sometimes to get to certain things you're gonna have to go through multiple screens, right? It's like you're at work. It's like how many clicks do you have to click in order to process a a work order or whatever the case may be. And I kind of feel that with the Tesla setup today. So with the control bar, it's gonna add some dials, it's gonna add some buttons, and the great thing about it, they're customizable. So making our life a little easier, you're gonna make what's going to work best for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly go unbox this. We're going to install into my Tesla Model Y, and then what we're going to do is we're going to customize some of the buttons and see what's available. All right, everybody, let's go do this. All right, so let's take a look at this real quick. Control bar, dry with full control. There's two knobs here that you can control with turning the knobs, and then you also got 6 buttons here as well. This is designed for the Model 3 and Model Y. And just to give you an idea exactly what we can really do here, the knobs can be control the temperature of the car, we can control LEDs, we control the trunk, lock and unlock, we can toggle the seat heaters, dog mode, climate control, and so forth. And we can do a lot with all the buttons as well. So this is not just what it's tied into. These are some of the things that they posted onto the packaging. Made by Green Mission, really nice. All right, let's take a look and see what we have inside here. All right, so we have the 3M sticker here. The 3M is going to stick directly onto the unit itself, so it looks like there's an extra set. But as you can see here, if you look at this real quick, this is the control bar. There's a little screen here, there's little buttons. They clip pretty well. Love the dial, and the dial is not just a free dial. It actually, each dial is like a little click. Obviously you can't hear it, but you can feel it, so which is nice. Same thing on the both sides. And we're gonna apply the 3M tape, and it's gonna slide directly underneath the screen, so which is pretty nice, pretty cool. And as you can see here, bunch of LEDs. Each has its own LED, which is really nice. It's gonna help illuminate the center console a lot easier, so that's pretty cool here. We have some cables, alcohol swabs. This right over here is going to be used to clean up the under the center console, and then QR code that you can use for installation. And inside here looks like clips. What else we have here? So we got a bunch of wire clips in here. We got some USB splitter, and then we also have some stickers here that we can actually place onto each of these buttons here, which is actually pretty cool. So if you're a forgetful person like me, you might want to add the buttons there. And we also have USB-C to USB-A adapter. All right, let's get to the car. Love to get this installed. Love to see how this works. I think this is a big game changer when it comes down to adding more features to your Tesla, especially if you have a Tesla Model 3 or a Model Y. I am super excited to see how this illuminates the center console. All right, let's get to the car. Let's go do this. All right, so let's take a look at this real quick as we about to install this. This part is gonna go behind the screen here. This right over here is where the power cable is gonna go to. And also over here, you can also add some accessories here to charge too. So that's pretty cool. And as you can see here, double-sided tape. And literally, it's just gonna mount exactly just like this. So you just gotta position it really, really well to make sure that, everything is where it needs to be, okay? So the next thing we wanna do is we want to also clean the surface area. So they do provide some alcohol pads. We're gonna go to display, go to clean, take that off. And we wanna make sure we wipe everything in the bottom here, okay? And then also you wanna clean the bottom here as well. I also have a screensaver on my screen, so it should be okay. It really wouldn't affect anything at all. Let's also take this off here. All right, so that's nice and clean. And you just want to place it here real quick, get an idea. You want to even it up, match it out as much on both sides as possible. Okay. After you've like where there he is, you're going to take the double-sided tape cover off. Just going to go like this real quick. All right. So right now I have it placed. What you want to do is you want to go all around for a few seconds. You want to mount it real quick, hold it down so it can adhere directly onto the screen itself. So I do have a tilt screen, so it actually looks pretty cool. All right, so we have two different power cables. The first one is going to be the USB-C to USB-A. This is set up if you have a USB port inside the glove box, okay? So you can plug directly into the glove box. If you don't have a USB port in the glove box, then you'll be using this USB-C to USB-C, where you can actually run directly from the power cable alongside here to the back. Or if you've seen any of my other videos where you can actually install this where it goes inside the center console into the USB port here. So I have a bunch of videos out that has that set up. I'll link it below if you want to do that setup. But in this case today, I am going to install it directly into the glove box. All right, let's go do this. Alrighty, so let me show you how to install this real quick. There's a USB-C port right over here. That's the power cable. We're gonna plug that USB-C cable that was provided to us. We're gonna plug it into here. We're gonna run the wire into here. We are gonna tuck it in right over here, underneath here as well, into the glove box. Now, you're gonna need a trim removal tool. I have a link in my description if you don't have one, so you can grab yourself a kit. But this right over here is really simple, really easy. It's probably a really easy install. Probably takes about a minute or two. Now as you're installing it, it is a right angle USB-C cable you see here. So I highly suggest for you to angle it this way, because when you do that, then the wire is going to stick up, versus if you were sticking it down, the wire is going to stick in the bottom. Okay. Now they did give us a bunch of clips, so you definitely want to use these clips here, so you can mount it how you see it here. You can mount it at different locations as well, depending on what works for you. I'll do that in a little bit. But right over here, I give myself a little slack. So what I'm then going to do is take my trim tool, start sliding the cable in here. Really simple, really easy. I will probably stick it as far as you can. And now we're going to go straight into the glove box. I'm going to shove it up there as well. Now there's a little slit right over here. What we're going to do is we're going to go this direction here. And that way it'll get into the glove box. So I'm not sure you can see the cable right over there. It's right there. We're going to pull the cable through into the glove box. We're going to plug it directly into the Anchor USB hub that I have here. This works perfectly fine with the Tesla. I've been having this since I got the car. And I actually have my SSD for all my Sentry recording. This works out really well. If you're looking to get a set, you don't need the fastest SSD card. A standard SSD works perfectly fine when it comes down to using your Sentry Mode. As you can see here, the cables ran through. I'm going to plug it into the Anchor USB hub, and after that we're going to be able to test out the control bar. All right, we finally got this installed. I actually have the app up and ready, so it's actually reading directly through Bluetooth, which works really well. So just to give you an idea, what we have here is we have these two knobs here. This is actually pretty cool because here, as you can see, I'm able to control the temperature from 70 degrees here, it went up to 70 here. There is a slight delay. That happens because it's going via Bluetooth, which is fine because literally in the second it actually changes back, so which is not too bad at all. Right over here, what I have actually here set up is I actually have keep climate on. Works out really well when I have the kids in the car, my wife is in the car, and on a hot or cold day. Instead of going into settings here and clicking on keep, all we would have to do is just click on that button right over there, and as you can see here, it says keep climate on, so it's actually on. And then all said and done, just go in there and turn that off. Over here, I actually have the light lit up down here. We'll review that again when it gets a little darker at night, so we can see how well this illuminates at night. and then on and off right over here. So as you can see here, I have the seat heater set for my third button. You can actually have it set up where you can actually have it on all the seats, but being my kids are still sitting on their booster seats, I actually have it only set up for my wife and I, only the front seats only. So by clicking on the third button, you see it says 3, just to go into my climate control. As you can see, 3 is on both sides. Hit it again, it brings it down to 2. Hit it again, brings it down to 1 bar, as you can see here. And then you hit it again, it turns off, as you can see here. Works really, really well, to be honest with you, with the heated seats. And then on the fourth button, I actually have it set up for the max heater. So by doing that, as you can see, it's setting it to defrost my windshield. As you can see here, it says high. And to turn it off, all you will have to do is hit that button again, and it goes back into regular mode that you had on prior to the turning on the max heater. And you know, my wife likes to lock the doors when I'm running and grabbing in something. So on the fifth button, it's set. As you heard, my doors are locked, as you can see here. I mean, you could press it here as well, but from, you know, someone sitting in the passenger seat, they can just hit that button again, and it would also unlock the doors, as you can see here. So that works out pretty well too. So the last button, I actually have it set on camp mode. So in order to turn on camp mode, it's going to just hit the button there. As you can see here, camp mode is already displayed here. Just click on that real quick. As you can see here, camp mode is already on. Turn it off, and it turns it off there. As you go into app, you can also change the settings. So for example, number 6, I actually have camp mode on. We can actually change it where we can open and close the trunk instead. As you can see here, button successfully updated. And then what we can then do, hit that button here. As you can see, it's opening up the trunk, which is pretty cool. And if you want to close it, and then just click on it again. All right, it's at night now. As you can see here real quick, the whole interior is lit up with the LED lights from the control bar. Really, really awesome. As you can see here, hit the second button, which I have it coded for the lights on and off. As you can see, the lights are off. I can turn it on. In order to have that setting, you're gonna hold this button down. So you see these two little icons right over here. So this knob here is gonna dim it, and then you can make it brighter, or you have it off, whatever works for you. I think that's the brightest setting. Oh, that's the brightest setting there. And then you can actually use the other knob to the right, and you can adjust the color. So as you can see here, we have blue, we have red, we have this turquoise, we got the magenta, and we got the green. Whatever works for you, you can choose which color you like. As you can see here, it definitely does illuminate the interior really nicely. And just say in different colors, let's take a look here. I have this in blue. Let's go switch it to the next color. We have it in red. Turquoise again. So as you can see, really, really illuminates well at night. It makes the interior pop. And as you can see here, very subtle on the dashboard. Again, if it's too bright, all you would have to do is just dim it down, whatever works for you. All right, everybody, so let me give you my take when it comes down to the control bar. I think the control bar is an awesome accessory. I think this accessory is gonna be very beneficial today, and is also gonna be very beneficial in the future. And the reason why I say that is because the control bar, the buttons, and the features today are going to change. And the reason why I say that is because they're programmable. So that's going to be a huge plus when new features come out. And Green Mission is constantly going to be doing updates on the app that's going to be able to give us more features, so which is going to be a huge plus. And just to think about it, right? You know, people kind of say, hey, Tesla's a cookie cutter brand, it's all the same, they all look the same, all does the same. No, that's incorrect. It's the Hondas and Toyotas and Nissans are cookie cutter brands because there's nothing that you can do to customize the user experience. With Tesla, with companies like Green Mission, you're going to be able to customize the bar that's going to work for you. Not the manufacturers like Honda, Toyota, and Nissan, where you're going to have to live by their rules. Here, we're going to be able to customize it. We're going to make the car better for ourselves. And it's going to be one of those things where it's like, it's going to continue to grow. And there's going to be more features. And as soon as you get more updates from Tesla, Green Mission is going to come out with some new updates as well. So that's going to be a huge plus. All right. I hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, anything that you want me to review, please leave that comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You don't want to miss out on all the future content, and I'm going to be launching 2 new series on my channel that you don't want to miss. All right, everybody, be safe, and I'll catch you on the road.